Hey guys, and welcome back. So today is probably one of the most exciting days for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. We just got the Pmdg 737-700 released, and I'm going to show you guys what it looks like on the exterior, interior. This is probably going to be just a short video, just so you guys get a close-up look. And in the future, I'll make another video showing how it flies and the systems it has. As always, I want to thank all the channel members and everyone who's subscribed to the channel. You guys are absolute legends, and I really appreciate all the support. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps us out a lot, and it continues to help us to produce more content for you. So, without further ado, let's check out this aircraft. Okay guys, so here we are in the exterior of the aircraft. For those of you who have already flown with the Pmdg, you know this is a beautiful aircraft. A lot of work gets put into these. And we have different variances and different options that we get with the aircraft. So right now I actually just picked one of the business jets, and you'll see that it already has one of the liveries on it. I'll show you guys how to get this as well. So let's just take a quick look inside the aircraft. We get the little stairway that we can go up here. Alright. And you can see, I mean, most people wouldn't go into the aircraft like I am now, but I just wanted to give you guys a little look as to what things look like in here. So here's the cockpit door. You can kind of go in here and take a peek. And I can say that the texturing, because I've flown this same aircraft on the P3D and FSX, huge improvement. Everything looks a lot nicer, cleaner. And I mean, even the frame rates are really good, even on an aircraft like this. So we're gonna spend some time in the cockpit, but now let's go just take a look on the interior. So here we go, we're going through the curtain, and you can see, so again, remember, this is the business jet. It's not the regular commercial aircraft. And that you can see that they modeled a lot of the business aspects of the aircraft. Business seating, you got some croissants there on the table, a working laptop. In this room, we got a stand-up shower, which is really cool. And as we head back, you got another long conference table here. You got some fruits. And we're going to continue on back. We got a lavatory or a washroom here on our left. And as we continue back, you can see that we're kind of shrinking here. Here's another little area where you can do your work. And then in the back you have some seating, I guess, for anybody that's coming along for you on the ride. So again, the texturing here, pretty well done. I mean, most people wouldn't spend much time back here anyways, but it's nice. It's an extra detail that they've added to the aircraft, and it just helps add to the immersion. So just before we head into the cockpit, let's just take a look around, because we haven't even taken a look at the exteriors. So here's the cockpit. You can see we're plugged into external power. Look at the detail here, guys, on the wheels. They did a lot of work on this. You can see the undercarriage there is also detailed from the inside. Here we have the beautiful engines. Look at that. Amazing. And the wings, you can see all the details on them. All the markings. We got the sharklet going on with this one. Really well done. And again, I can show you guys how to add some extra stuff to the aircraft. So here we have the back part of the aircraft. I'm really excited for this. Honestly, it is one of my favorite aircrafts. Pmdg has a plan now where you can purchase individual aircraft. So right now only the 700 is available, but they will release the other ones further on down the road. And as you guys can see, it's extremely detailed. Everything is there. So now let's go into the cockpit and take a look at what options we have. Okay guys, so here we are. We're in the pilot seat. And like I said, frame rates are really solid. Even though I'm using the recording software, I haven't really noticed any issues in terms of frames. Everything looks good. So again, if you haven't used the Pmdg aircrafts before, this might be new to you, but there are different options that you can add to the aircrafts. They are customizable in terms of systems and how they look. And we also have the ability to add liveries. So I'll show you how to do that first. When you install the aircraft, or during your installation, it's also going to install the Pmdg Operations Center version 2. So in here, this is normally where you would go. There's tabs here at the top, aircraft and liveries, product updates, which is the page we're on now. So this will go ahead and check for any product that you have installed and what version, and if there's anything new, it'll tell you, like any updates. If you click on it again, and there's liveries below. So here, what you gotta do is you gotta make sure that you check which version of the simulator you're running. Obviously now I'm using the Flight Simulator, but I have had in the past P3D and Flight Simulator X. So you click on the one that you're currently running, which is Microsoft Flight Sim. Installed product, I have 2 of them, but I'm going to click on the 737. And then model or variant. So again, here you have 3 choices. So if you go to the regular Dash 700, you'll see here there's a bunch of liveries that you can add. You just got to click on the install. You'll see them in blue here. I believe, and maybe you guys can tell me if I'm right or wrong, but the ones that say verified are liveries that portray the real-world aircraft in terms of, you know, like call sign and the year and everything else, like in terms of the detail and even the interiors of the aircraft. So, I mean, I've picked a couple already. I've already installed them. They'll show up in the sim. And then we have here also the freights. So if you look here, we have, oh sorry, this is the business jets. So for business jets, there's a couple of them. I don't know these ones personally, but we have Olympic Airways, TY Air, there's Wallene Investment Corp, First Virtual Air. Some of these are really cool too, honestly. If you go down one more, now you have the freights, and they give you 3 varieties. So you have Olympic Air again, Alaska Airline Cargo, and SpiceJet. So again, if you want any of these, you just got to click install. It'll take a couple seconds and install them, and then once you go into the sim, you'll see them in your selection of liveries. Okay, so now let's just take a look at the cockpit and what options we have in here. So this version of the cockpit, I tried to kind of max this one out with all the new bells and whistles. It even has the HUD up top, which you can pull down, and it does work. Not all variances come with this, but you can add them if you want to. So there's 2 important things that we want to look at. So when you look at the flight management computer here, you'll see there's 2 options. You have FS Actions and you have Pmdg Setup. So if you go to FS Actions first, you'll see here you have options to add fuel, payload, doors, pushback. You have the ground services, which is important, and then you have the ground maintenance. So the ground services, when you click on it, this allows you to add things like ground power. It'll allow you for air conditioning units to be added, wheel chocks to be put in. You know, anything you can really add here, like fuel trucks, you can do it through here. If you look at the external of the aircraft at the moment, we have the stairs, we have all the doors open, and we do have external power. So before this aircraft takes off, we've got to make sure that we take all of those off. Now if you go back and you go to Pmdg Setup, now this is where you can kind of customize the aircraft. So the most important one here for me is if you click on Aircraft, and then you have here Equipment, Displays, and Failures. And then you can either restore to original or load from another aircraft. So if you go through equipment, I'll just give you guys an example. Here we have MCP type. So just so you guys can see what I mean, right now you see it says Collins, and there's a Honeywell version. So if let me just see if I can show you guys. If I click here on the button and it switches to Honeywell, you'll see this panel up top here, the MCP, it changed. It looks different now. If I click it again, you'll see it reverts back to the more modern type. Then you have some options here like after takeoff, what happens to the aircraft. You have choices like heading selection, wing level, Glide slope capture before localizer, you can allow or deny. Engines double D rate, and then if you go down here, you see next page. You can keep clicking here, and you're just going to get a bunch of options that you can turn on or off for the aircraft. If you want to do the V1 callouts, what do you want it to say when it reaches minimums, and you can just keep going. You'll see you can turn on all the calls or turn them off. The one I normally do not turn on is the show water in cyan on the display. I don't like the way that looks, but that's just personal preference. As you continue, you have ETOPS, cargo fire system. Keep going. Keep going. So here you have a couple of other options that you can turn on or off. I have them all turned on just because I chose to. Auto probe heat, test package, I don't have those ones on. You can even pick the type of brakes you have, which make a difference. So you can have carbon or steel. Here you can choose if you want the aircraft to have air stairs installed. I have mine on. The lighting package on the external, right now we have LED, but we can check with pulse. We can click originals, and again I can show you what that looks like on the external. So you see right beside the engine here, that light, you see they're circular. If I go back in here and I turn on with pulse, actually not with pulse, sorry, LED, you can see now they look different. And I can leave it with pulse, it's not a problem. It's just the way it'll flash. Next, we got Wi-Fi antennas. So again, these are the antennas on the upper part of the aircraft. You can put Wi-Fi antennas or other types of antennas. You can turn them on or off. You can see here I have all the antennas turned on. And here we are, we're back at the Honeywell page. So again, if you return, you can do that same thing with the displays, how you want the displays to look, what options you have. On this aircraft, I pretty much turned everything on. Return. Failures, I don't really touch this, but if you like the failure section, you can add some in here. Now at any time, if you want to turn any of this off, you can just go back to your original, or if there's another aircraft that you've been flying, a 737 of course, of a different variant, and you like that cockpit better, then you can just go and import it from another one, or load from another aircraft. Alright guys, so that brings us to the end of this video. I hope it was informative and that it helps you guys set up the aircraft the way you want. In the next video, we'll do a longer flight. I can show you guys how to set up the FMC for an ILS landing, how to set up your flight plan, and we'll take a look at some of the systems and see how they react with the aircraft. Again, I hope you guys had a good time, you learned something new. If you purchased the aircraft, I hope you have a great time flying it. And as always, if you like what you saw, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and share it with your friends. Maybe it'll help them out as well. Hope you guys have a great evening, and we'll see you on the next one.